nice to see Phil get a little fired up after the confrontation with Burrows.
Well, obviously that's 2 games we've played against Vancouver, and I think Burrows has kind of a mandate to disrupt Phil. So it's always nice when you come out on the right end of a scorer in a big game like that, and he scores a big goal for us. And we had a lackluster, kind of flat evening for the better part of the game, and then for the third period, it seemed like we got more things going for ourselves. Yeah, he fell awkwardly into the boards, and he just got a gash over his eye. So they always he went to the quiet room and blah blah blah. And he said he wouldn't be back, so nothing. Just kept him out.
Was there something said between second and third that you think kind of resonated with the team to have that flying?
Well, I don't know. We were pleading, begging, crying, all those things to change the way we were playing, and it just seemed that we didn't have our sharpness as far as making tape-to-tape passes. Then we tried to make plays as individuals in the second period, and they just sat back with their their 1-4 and trapped, and we turned the puck over, and we didn't drive the puck deep, and we started to let the game get away from us, and far too many turnovers and far too many offsides. So we didn't really get much going for ourselves, and then so that was the idea was it was a 1-goal hockey game. Here we have an opportunity to pull a hockey game out of the fire here by scoring 1 goal, giving yourself a chance, and we've got a break coming. Wouldn't it be nice for everybody to feel a lot better about themselves with a win here versus a loss?
So you're going into a game like this that the guys are looking ahead because they know you're shutting it down.
Well, there's always a fear, but again, that's the idea of being a professional, and we push for that. And we have youth in our lineup that probably hasn't experienced a lot of those things, and it's easy for people to lose their mental focus. And I think we're not any different than any other team. If there is a break coming, and your holidays are right after this one, there's other things on your mind. I'm sure that there was the time coming up to this game. The previous 2 weeks, probably making sure if they were going to go south, if they're going to go with their family, if they're staying here, there was going to be other activities, and specifically for the guys that are going over to the Olympics, there's a lot of things that they have to go through. They go through their mandatory drug testing. There's always schedules, meetings, conference calls. All those things can be distractions. So it's we tip our hat to our players because they remained focused and found a way to get the job done. Were there parts of it that we felt we could be better at? For sure, but we'll take what we've got right now, go into the break. The message was the break is here for you to rest and relax, but we'd be well advised to make sure that you have some form of exercise taking place a few times during the break, because when they come back, we're going to go to work.
Will you take a break at all? Will you go anywhere?
Unfortunately, I have a friend of mine passed away up north, so I have to go to attend a wake and a funeral for the next couple of days, and then I'm going to head to San Diego.
Are you late for the gold in hockey?
Well, I'm a Canadian.
When you come back, when business opens 10 days and you have that mini training camp, does it give you more of a reflection point as to where you can take the team over the next course of games? Is it an advantage in some way? Or?
Well, again, it's an advantage. We get, it looks like Boland should be available to us, which is, a player back into our lineup. I think there has been kind of an unveiling of Kuhlman at center. It's been a big surprise for everybody. I think, again, it gives us an opportunity to get our team back together and not to drop what we've done now. It's to maintain some level of consistency and push for the last 22 games to get ourselves in the best possible position to qualify for the playoffs.
You talk about, as well as your first line of play, Kuhlman, Clarkson, Gunderson, a lot of players have stepped up the last few years.
Yeah, exactly, and that's what you're going to need. And we know that the games are going to get tougher. As if you look at our schedule, we're going to go out west. We're going to play some Western Conference teams. We're going to play some road games. It's not going to be an easy schedule that we've got coming. I think we still have 4 more back-to-backs left, I think, somewhere in that area, and so there's no easy ones in the NHL, and they're just going to get tougher when we come back, that's for sure.
Coach, that little exchange that Kessel had with Burroughs there for the end of the second period. Bozak said he felt that almost poked the bear and won't fill up. Do you agree with that?
I know he was upset with it because he did get slashed across the chin. And that's the second, as I talked earlier before you got here, that's the second game in a row that Burroughs has kind of instigated or went after Phil. So, you know, it was good to see the response that we got from our group for the third period.
Coach, putting aside your playing days because the equipment was different, is that Kessel shot I want to say the best in the league or one of the better shots that you've seen?
Well, he's got a natural ability that he doesn't need a lot of space or a big windup. I think, again, the technology and the sticks, he's found that with his quick hands, that he can fire the puck with a wrist shot as quickly and as accurately and as hard as people take slap shots with. And I think that's a tribute to the skill set of the player and then the development of the technology in the hockey sticks. Everybody shoots the puck probably 85 to 90 mile an hour now, where back in the day, if you had two guys on your team that could shoot 85 or 90, you were lucky. Most people are around the 75.
You were shaking hands as the 64 team came off. A lot of Northern Ontario guys on that team.
Yeah, I was yelling at a few Sudbury guys, Eddie Shack, Jimmy Pappin. Those are two guys that are from Northern Ontario, and I know Chief from Falconbridge, which is a suburb of Sudbury, if you'd call it that. And I know those guys a long time, and Bobby Bond, and I've known before. Red Kelly coached me in my first year in the NHL, so there's some ties there. It's always nice to see those guys back, and hopefully they enjoyed their time here.
Rare to see Keon too.
Yeah, Davey Keon, it's amazing because when I played and he was in Hartford, he was playing then, and just to think of playing against him and the accolades and the history behind Davey Keon as a captain and the number of goals he scored. I don't know if there's been that many players have been able to accomplish what he did accomplish for the Toronto Maple Leafs in his time. He's pretty much a pretty significant superstar in today's standards.